When MyTransHealth launched, we launched with a video of me that just gave like a 3 to 4 minute spiel about my personal experience with poor healthcare. Then when we did the Kickstarter, we had about 5 or 6 other trans voices that were in the mix. And when we launched, it was really great to get those pieces in the forefront. And we had representatives from many different parts of the community in those videos. The problem was the healthcare problem for trans people was such a macro problem, and 6 voices wasn't going to convey the whole problem. So we wanted to create a hashtag that built community around what this problem was. So if we could address the problem from a macro scale and be able to point someone to the problem, it felt like we could get a lot stronger of a buy-in from the general public to help us build this thing. So after the second day of the Kickstarter, somebody had the idea to create Trans Health Fail, which was just a hashtag that we created on Twitter that just talked about everyone who was on Twitter at the time in trans about how poor their experiences were. And what it enabled us to do was just simply clarify that design is a solution to a problem, Trans Health Fail, solution, this MyTransHealth project. Granted, our solution tackles 6 cities in the vast parts of America and the whole world. So while it is a solution to a problem, it's the start of the solution. It's not the whole piece. I was working on a project for a newspaper that had reached out to me. They were trying to address the new icon for the bathroom problem. And when they reached out, they said, we would love to get a perspective from different designers on what this solution could possibly be. The problem is an icon itself can't solve a social problem. Design as a whole potentially can, but an icon is just one small piece to it. So when we were reached out, when the AD reached out and asked me to create a new icon for the bathroom, I just responded with, first of all, if you're asking a bunch of designers to solve this problem, let's make sure that there's other trans people who are working on this. Second of all, let's make sure that we're asking the right question, right? Because sometimes the best answer to a question is just simply a question, or a declarative sentence that shifts the conversation. So what we ended up doing is, or rather what I ended up doing is, instead of saying, here's an icon with just like a new toilet on it, I looked at the problem from a holistic standpoint and decided to make a sort of black square thing with Jennifer Daniel, who helped me with it. And it's essentially a male and a female with a huge line on it. And the male and the female figures are very skewed and don't really prescribe to gender in itself. But within the figures, there was a type that just said, it's going to take a lot more than an icon to save trans lives. And the reality is an icon is just one piece to the whole problem in itself. And we can't exactly just like pat ourselves on the back for creating new icons. It's about the whole social problem in itself. And I don't know how to solve that yet, but a lot of people are working on it.